Hello, or good evening everyone, Damian VK3KQ in Bayswater North, approximately 30 kilometres east of Melbourne, just under Mount Dandenong. This is my fifth ATV QSO Party, and I've been playing ATV for probably about 7 or 8 years. Currently running the SR Systems digital setup with about a 50 watt PA built in there. I use a Behringer mic mixer and a wireless mic for walking around the shack. Basic radios Kenwood and TS2000, that's probably about it. Now, projects. Tend to build a lot. VHF, UHF is what I do. So we'll walk over to the workbench and we'll have a look at a few of the projects. Alright, main project that has been recently completed is my microwave contest controller with inbuilt Trimble Thunderbolt display. Essentially the control box controls this master switch up here, which is up on the mast underneath the 990 centimetre dish. Going back to the control box, we have the band switch 3 gig, 5 gig, 10 gig, 24 gig and 1200 and 2.4 as a band switch. It's a multi-band feed as well for 1200 and 2.4. There's the Thunderbolt display, and as we cycle it through some of the menus, but essentially it's self-serve. Set yourself up on site and it'll tell you exactly where you are. Preamp control, and that controls the 1200 and 2.4 preamp for which is coupled to the band switch. As these switches come in here, it then activates the appropriate relays. So 3 gig, 5 gig, 10 gig and 24 gig, and recently rebuilt due to some hardline failures. IF in and appropriate IF out to the transverters, and that is a 10 meg reference oscillator distribution board, 10 megahertz in and 4 balanced 10 megahertz reference outputs. Last project over at the end here is another, this is for the shack. This is a New Zealand Thunderbolt display. Work in progress. I'll just remove it, and Peter BFG will like this. There's a little Atmel processor there, just waiting on a replacement one. Hasn't quite been programmed right, but very simple device. I'll just flip it around. Very easy to make, and when the chip arrives we should be up and running. So I'll just pop that back in the box. That's one of the next projects. That's about it with projects at the moment. You can have we can just swing around the shack. It's fairly basic. UTC time up there. Oh, batteries run out. Yeah, no good. A shack camera up there for ATV, and that was my ATV cabinet, but essentially that is basic printer, my internet switch. I can receive direct off-air ATV. It's a satellite receiver. and then there's a strong set-top box which I use to record, and of course the video switch and UPS down the bottom to cover everything. And
by mistake,
that's my solar panel monitor. I've got some batteries out in the workshop, and a couple of solar panels up on the roof, and finally we've got the weather station, which is coupled to a Raspberry Pi. So if you type in iVictoria 215 Weather Underground, you'll find me in Bayswater. And last but not least, there's the ATV. I'll put up a signal. There we go. That should just come up in a minute. And there we have it.
the streamer's on.
Oh, the streamer's just running away in the background. Alrighty.
Okay. Just say
that's about it for me. I'll pass it on to the next station, and thank you, Peter, 3BFG, for the current QSO party. Catch you later, everyone. VK3KQ signing off.